Heidi ho there, YouTube. This is my friend River. She took up with us in December with her brother Simon, who is not visible right now. But you're probably going to hear her and him running around. So, just to explain why you think you hear little pitter-patter goblin feet. Let's see. Okay, I can't zoom out. All right. I have some boxes, and I've been waiting to open them. So, now it's time. And that makes me happy. And then I'm going to show you some more custom work I'm doing. I guess you could call it that. First, I need to find my Cutty Wutty. I don't know what I've done with that. So let me check in all the regular. Here it is. So many markers. All right. Well, let's start with these two boxes. These came from the forbidden Amazon. Yeah. I'm going to have to blur my addresses that I just flashed the camera, because I don't want you knowing where I live. Now, you may be saying to yourself, if you've watched more than just a couple of my videos, you might be saying to yourself, but I thought we weren't supposed to buy figures from Amazon. And you'd be right, I said that. But that only applies to figures that come in a blister pack like this. A blister pack is a cardboard back and a blister or a bubble. Sometimes I guess it'll be called a bubble pack as well, but it's blister pack. Traditional toy, old school toy packaging. So yeah, because they always crush this. But if your Masters of the Universe toy comes in a box like this, it's fine, because they seem to not crush these, which is weird because I opened these. So like, I showed you my Sunman that I used the wings from the big Sunman on the little Sunman, on the 6-inch, 5.5 inch Sunman, the Origin Sunman. They look good on him. So they look better than that thing that comes around his neck. I mean, really. Okay, that's the cat's destroying stuff. I also got these wings. I probably made a video about this already, but I got these wings as well from this Redeemer action figure right here. This Todd Toys, which I've broken and had to repair. I won't tell you how. I don't want you to notice. I've also customized the sword a little bit. I got some nice shiny, it's actually pearlescent red paint. It's the same red paint that I used on the Fire He-Man. Oh, cat hair. Of course. Oh, there's another one. Of course. We'll have to get all those out of there. I guess the kitties have been getting up here while I've been asleep. Yeah, I see another one right there. But, yeah, you know, I tried my best to make it look like real blood, you know what I'm saying? I think I did a decent job at that. Pretty good, huh? If it'll friggin' focus. Focus! Focus on that. I get to tap the screen and make it focus. Okay, anyway. Losing focus. So, now this one is going to be my complete Sunman, right? Because the other one, I took his wings off, so that, and his armor, so that's not Sunman. In fact, he's going to be a new figure. I got him a little balaclava mask, and I haven't done anything with his body yet. I'm thinking of attaching those gray wings to this chest piece, though. Or maybe just drilling holes in his back and sticking them in there. So, this is my complete Sunman. I will open that and put him on my shelf. This one... Yar! This one this one, I got him for his wings. I wanted another set of wings to give to another character. So that nets me another body. You know, and these Sunmen are great because they're pretty much nondescript bodies. You can color them any color you want. You can leave them the color they are. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I took all his clothes off and colored him silver. Wouldn't he make a great Colossus? You know? I mean, I like this Sunman better because he has better hair. But you can, like I said in another video, if you have the Origins Sunman, this one right here, Everybody Hates Chris Sunman, you can chop off the sides of his hair with a razor or a X-Acto knife, like I did, and take a Sharpie and draw back the hairline. You don't even need paint. Or you can use a Clamp Champ head, because he comes with a couple, and they both kind of look almost exactly the same, so I don't really see the difference in them. So this is going to be my Sunman to open, but you've seen me open a Sunman already, so I'm going to save you that. Show you mercy. Here is a partially customized April O'Neil. You know, I shaved her her sorceress hair off, her sorceress headdress, and I made this out of Sculpey. I haven't sculpted it. It's already hardened, so, you know, I've already baked it. But I was hoping I could nick it here and there just to give it a more organic look. I'm kind of okay with it. I like the little, like it's blowing off to the side in a very dramatic pose. So, and I haven't started coloring her body yet, so I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. Haven't decided. But there's pretty much no detail on her, no relief detail other than this jewelry on her body. So you can color that anything you want. So yeah, that's her. Check this out. Whoa. This is my Ice He-Man. And if you'll notice, his paint is not globby like the red one. I'm not done with him, of course, and I've only really put on like one layer, but I am much more satisfied with this paint job. And all I did, here's his head. I haven't decided on what color hair to give him yet, so he's got silver streaks. I was testing out my 2 different silver paint pens. So yeah, if you'll notice, on my red guy, my fire guy, his paint is globby. It's too thick. It really is. It's too thick. I just painted him with model paint. But, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's like 70% of what I wanted it to be. You know? We can get a good look there. It's kind of globby in places. You can actually see the globs in certain places. So, it's not a terrible first try. But what you need to do is you can buy Testies. You can buy Testor's model paint. Don't get artist acrylic for painting paintings. Don't get that. You want model paint that's made to stick to plastic. Then you want to get yourself some paint thinner. You might be able to use mineral spirits. I don't know. The paint thinner seems to be the perfect stuff to thin out your paint. And then, you know, plop a little bit on your palette. If you go to Hobby Lobby, which is where I went, don't tell my friends. It's because Michael's had such a crappy selection of paint and supplies, I was forced to. If you're at the model paint, usually behind you on the other aisle, on the aisle behind you, like your back is to it when you're facing the model paint, there's these. They're with the chemistry and mineralogy, you know, rock collecting hobby stuff. This was like $1.99 for both of these. And these are good for adding your paint thinner to your globs of paint. You could probably use them to add paint as well, but you'll have to clean them very well with the paint thinner. There's some cats fighting. Don't worry about it. Also, I was testing some of the metallics. I bought some, like, I got these metallic pens. They are Marvy, as in just Marvy. Marvy Uchida. Let's see if you can get that logo in there. And they are comparable to Gundam markers. Gundam markers are fabulous. They can be very drippy though. These operate the same way. They have a push up and down thing, but they suggest that you hold it upright and pump it a whole bunch of times before you try to use it. And it takes a bunch, really it does, to get them started. But yeah, so I was testing these out on this April O'Neil weapon, and just to see, you know, if I wanted to change its color. I do like this blue here. Not coming in very good. There's a teal there, purple, more blue. It's a darker blue. Actually, I think these are the same. I just did blue over silver right here. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, the color itself isn't bad, but maybe I want to turn it white or something. I don't know. Shades of blue and white. I might make it my Iceman's weapon. Who knows? Got my little hands. You know, everything's light blue. You can mix your own colors, but I needed some flat blue for skin. So I went and picked up, where's that third one at? These three colors of blue. And I'll bet the camera doesn't even show you their subtle differences. This one's a little gray. This one's very blue. And this one's kind of green, gray, blue. However you want to describe that. However you wish to describe that. So yeah, we're working on this Ice He-Man. Just had to get that out there. So the next thing we're going to do is open up this other box. And you may be thinking, it's just a toy. It's just one toy. You might be thinking that. Ew. You might be thinking that. But really, I've been waiting for this. I got these at half the going price. I was going to buy one, but I noticed Walrumatu was charging half of what everybody else is charging. And that's weird because sometimes, like a third of the time, they charge more than what these things are worth in any given time. But, yeah. This is the Masters of the Universe Masterverse Vintage Collection Skeletor. Yeah, this vintage collection. Hopefully they'll complete this line as well. I mean, it's still Masterverse, right? So they're the same line. It's just they used modeling and color to be more like the original Skeletor. That's a departure, the way that is, that those bones are so big. We could go to nitpick it. It's basically the Skeletor you really wanted in the first place, with a few tiny changes. I mean, I can deal with that bone X being that big. I don't care. I'm not that much of a stickler. It's just my autism trying to bother me is what it is. So, yeah. Press Power Sword into hand. Press Havoc Staff into hand. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Anything different? No. Just a little history. And the reason why they're making the 7 inches. And it's got this box art. You know, the back art looks really reminiscent of 80s. Other than there's no selection of upcoming or other toys But hey, I got two. So guess what's gonna happen? One of them's gonna get open. So let's see which one looks the worst. This one has scuffs on the plastic. I mean, eventually they'll probably both get open, but... So, here we go. Let's open and review this new Skeletor. Whoa. Well, he's a new old Skeletor, isn't he? I mean, he's a lot cooler than the Revelation Skeletor, that's for sure. Not that I hated the Revelation Skeletor. What I didn't like, though, was Skeletech. Stupid. I don't have one of those toys. I refuse to collect it. Do not want a Skeletech. Sorry. Okay. Cool looking box. Really reminiscent of the old vintage 1980s, except they had the flying rocks, but they have lightning. I like that. That's cool. I mean, I love the colors. They come across very well. Red is a good reactionary color, tempered with blue. Let's see now. We have one of those little pockets. Our Masterverse pocket. Yep, there's stuff in there. But let's separate. And this is a retro, totally retro back. I don't know if I'm going to save it though because of the pockets. This ruins it for me. If this was just a flat back, I would keep it, but this ruins it for me. So I'm guessing this is his sword. Seems to be something else in there. So look for ties. Already got our handy dandy tie cutting device. Specialized device for this purpose of cutting these little secure tie T-shaped doohickeys. And we're gonna snip it. So trip it. That's Daffy Duck. Alright. Did I miss any? I don't think so. Maybe I did on the staff. They put one on the staff. So hoping you'll bend it up. I don't know if you can see me because I've got the camera angled down. I'm standing beside it in such a way I can't even see the screen. Okay. Out you come. Out you come. Okay, well, he is a Masterverse figure. I'll say that. He's got some faint shading, this one. Faint shading. You can see. Hold on. I might get something that can help us see. Oh, boxes. So, this is my super strong flashlight. Maybe now you can see the faint shading on his leg as I turn him. Hopefully the light's not blasting out the camera. Let's do this. Yeah, that was stupid of me, making you look into the light like that. The creases of his muscles, maybe I'm casting shadows where I'm trying to get detail. Let's turn it. Okay, let's do it that way. Yeah, okay. Better. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing it justice. It's just hard to come across, to get the detail, but trust me, there is ever so faint shading on all the relief parts of his muscles. The base relief, if you want to get into it, the things that are not sticking up but down. It's okay. I dig it, you know. Oh, this is pearlescent. And this is, for some reason, okay, for a second I thought this was black, but it's just so dark purple that it comes off as black when next to his black shorts. He's got some unique feet. They're somewhere between clawful and old G Skeletor feet. I really wish they would just give him like human boots or bare feet. one of the two. These three-pronged toes, where the hell's that come from? So it's got this cool, wait a second. There's some, okay. Never mind, he just has very deep eye sockets. I was gonna say there's some crazy weird detail going on there, but he's just got, can you even see in his eye sockets? I don't think you can. Can you see them from here? He's got red eyes in there, but I guess my lighting is shit. So there's that. He's got the weight. In fact, he feels a little light. They put a texture on his hood. So that's kind of new, making it look like cloth. Head is hard, of course. There's no articulation in his face. Does the hood come off separately than the head? No. It doesn't do one of those deals either. The skull is inside this hood. But I mean, hey, this is cool. Let's see what's in our bag of goodies. Our Masters of the Universe contraband. Okay, this is the run-of-the-mill. Oh, well, I was going to say the mold for this sword is the one you get with all of them, but that pearlescent purple is pretty cool. Look at that. That's neat. I dig that. Does it even come off? Okay, yeah. Now you can see it. Pearlescent. Dig it. There's something else in here. Oh, that would have to be his extra hands. Well, okay, there's nothing else in there. So he's got this reaching hand, or you can be like, rise, cast a spell hand. You know, just open hand. You can pose it up like that. Fist hand, of course. And you only get one fist with him, because these other two hands are Kung Fu grip. So, you know, you gotta deal with that. He is also a unique blue. I mean, his blue is not the same as any of the other Skeletors from Masterverse blue. In fact, they are all distinct blues from each other. And as well as the retro. Here's my pimp Skeletor with all his money. You can see they are not the same color. They are not the same color. So, I really wanted this though. I don't have time to go get the Skeletor that came with the throne. Remember that? The bone throne Skeletor? I mean, he looks cool too. He's got a little bit of gold accents on him and stuff. But that would be a good comparison. I might do that video later. Let's try his joints out. They're gummy, sticky, not really clicky, but they give you resistance. I guess you could play with it some. Giggity. So this is high quality. As you notice, it came straight. It's not, I mean, it's bendable. You can bend it, but like, you've got to try very hard. And of course, like with all of our Masterverse, we have to pry his fingers apart. Ah! I need 3 hands. Need to pry his fingers apart. Get this between the forefinger and thumb. There we go. Left hand. Left hand is the evil hand. Remember that. Let's see if we can make him stand up. Yeah, there we go. And we'll just stick that back there. Don't know why he would carry it back there. But, Skeletor is complete. Here's his little hands. In fact, I'm going to zoom in on him. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I got a, pop-up message just distract me. So, that is the vintage collection Skeletor. Hopefully they'll do a He-Man. Of course they'll do a He-Man, but hopefully they'll do some characters we love. Which is basically, it's somewhere between Origins and cartoon and it's 7 inches tall. 30 points of articulation. So, I mean, when I was first exposed to Masterverse, I was resistant to it. I didn't like them. I'm like, why would I collect those? And then I started looking at them, and I'm like, these are really cool, actually. So I went back to the toy store where I sold like a box full of them and bought them all back. Bought them all back. Well, most of them anyway. I didn't buy Andra. I don't like that one. I just don't like that character. You can like her. I'm not going to hate you if you like her, but I mean, her figure might actually be worth having just to make some customs out of. But the character is insipid. You know, I don't know. It's a good try, I suppose, but it doesn't land like they wanted it to. You got to make us love these new characters. You can't just throw them at us. But I don't work in Hollywood, so why would you listen to me? All right, well, I think that is all the toys I have for now. And as always, I thank you for watching and following my toy collecting journey. I don't know how interesting it really is for you. You're looking and I'm possessing, but I'm assuming most of you out there possess these toys too. Just like I thought, or I was wrong when I started my store. I was like, ooh, all these sorts of people are going to buy these toys. Well, actually no. It's mostly Gen X guys, you know, our age. A couple girls, but mostly guys. Yeah, it's us collecting it out of nostalgia, and there's nothing wrong with that either. That creates a market nonetheless. Oh, wait, I did have one more thing I was going to do. Thanks for reminding me. I was going to open this. Krang. Turtles of Grayskull Krang. I've got 2 or 3 of them, so I can open this one. First, though, first things first. I have a baggie here that I'm going to put this Skeletor's handsies in. Go ahead and put his sword in there too, because he never uses it. And we're going to label it. We're going to label it. That's not the thing I label them with. Here we go. Sorry, I have the gas. I'm just going to write his name. Let's see. MV for Masterverse. VC for Vintage Collection. Skeletor. And now he's safe. I like to keep all of my characters' stuff in a labeled bag inside a box, which I have somewhere. I don't really know where the box is right now. I think it's in the cabinet over there. Actually, no, it is up on top of the cabinet in the kitchen. So, we'll get to that later. I wanted to open this Krang because I suspect that his body is basically the body of the Andre the Giant buck. So, let's open up this Krang. I've had these for months and haven't even opened one. I've given one away. Haven't opened one. So let's do that. Let's destroy this box, because that's the only way you're going to get into it. That is a growling cat who's very mad that there are younger cats in the house. If you even heard that. But I heard it. That's what's important. Oh, sorry. You need to see what I'm doing. Guess I'm going to have to put something up there to entertain your eyes while I was talking. Never fear. I will do that. Okay. Krang. Oh, I'm liking this. Okay, so let's pop that out. Ooh, okay. Let's take a good look at the dope sheet. Sorry, that's an animation term. This is a part sheet. If I can get the paper to separate. Okay. He comes apart at all the right places, and his waist twice. See that? Because that Krang belt goes in there and makes him even taller. But you don't have to put that in. I didn't really buy this because it was Krang. This looks cool though. I like that. It's pretty fat. Pretty fat. Oh, this isn't a comic. This is a card. Mutagen Master Powers, Genius Alien Warlord, Master Strategist and Tactician. Yeah. Giant. Grows to giant size. Yeah, sure. Yeah, get a good look at that. Okay. So, I knocked over Roboto. So let's snip our snippies. We snip the snip things. Those things that need snipping. He's got a few. I wish you could see what I'm doing. Let me hold it with one hand so I might drop it. So I'm snipping. If you don't see it, that's tough. You can imagine what these look like. I've showed you what they look like. If you've ever bought a toy, you should probably know what they look like in your life. I mean, well, there were only doohickeys on the chain part, of his flail. His body doesn't have any doohickeys, which is strange because he's a giant. Okay, so let's get this axe out. Cool. Got us an axe. Nice looking axe. We might trade that with He-Man. He-Man! He's got this sweet flail. What the hell does it connect to, though? Oh, I know. It goes in his hand. You rip his hand off. Okay, so we got... Ooh, Krang is rubbery. Krang is very rubbery and squishy. Well, not very squishy, but he feels like old bubble gum from the refrigerator that you've kept in the fridge. My God. The plastic is deforming. So what we need to do is do a little surgery. Odorous Yorangas used to say. A little love surgery. That's why you came to me. You are begging for love surgery. Okay, this has different parts to it. Of course, it has different parts to it. Dope. Yeah, okay. This is the Krang belt. I guess it opens up right there. There's a thing for your fingernail, and it does that. So we've got the Krang belt. Let's pop the android body out. And these things have gone up in price. When I bought them, they were barely $40. Now they're like mid to high 50s. Nah, I'm not keeping that. I keep too much cardboard. Now this all by itself is awesome. Awesome. He's huge. He would make a great orc. Right there, he's just an orc. He's an orc. So you could leave him that way, which is basically what I'm going to do. We'll set him up just for old sake of saying we did it. So we rip him apart at the waist. And you put that waist on. See there? There's male and female connectors. If that offends you, you're watching the wrong channel. Yeah, okay, so there's a notch in the back of Krang, which you line up with the box inside the belly section. And it seats him, I assume. Yes, okay, yeah, that's what he seats on. And then you close like so. Oh no, it slipped. It slipped. Oh man. All these accessories, man. Gonna screw around with my Andre the Giant. He's got these nice He-Man boots that are giant. I mean, you could make a low budget Vicron out of it, I guess, or whatever his name is. The Giant. And so now Krang is like an inch taller because this is ridiculously thick right here because it has to fit Krang inside it. But yeah, he's an inch taller. Let's compare. Let's get him to stand up first. The only way I can do that is if I'm facing him. I gotta feel their heels. Gotta feel their heels, their knees, and their hips. That's the way you make them stand up. Okay, so there's Krang. Let's get regular Skeletor. I mean, these are from the same line. See how much taller Krang is than Skeletor? Doop, like 2.5 heads taller. Skeletor. Let's see how he compares to... Ah! Of course that was going to happen. Let's see how he compares to... He's even taller than Masterverse figures. He won't stand up. His ankles are now weak. This happens. I don't get mad about it. You can tighten up loose joints. The thing is, he wants to fall backwards and forwards at the same time. So, but you can tighten up loose joints with a little glue. I know they make stuff for tightening joints, but basically it's just weak glue. Get a glue, like, it's a sort of, not marine epoxy. Don't use that. That will harden into something you can make a football helmet out of. You want, I guess it is a type of epoxy. It's clear glue, but when it dries, it turns into this rubbery, gooey, gummy stuff that you can easily rip off of things. You know, it's kind of, if you ever get one of those credit card offers in the mail and the card is stuck to the page with this cheap ass, you know, gummy glue, that's the stuff you need. Unless you want to spend extra money on joint fixative. That's what it's called, joint fixative. But it's glue. So, and of course, with the extra section, he's very weighty. However, I'm going to take this Krang out. I don't like it. I didn't buy it for that. I bought this for the body and the weapons. So, let's take off one of his hands. And, oh, there goes his wrist bands near his hands. We can give him the Optimus Prime treatment, but let's do the really cool. If I can get this in there without destroying the peg. There we go, peg. However, this is a little impractical, and you're going to see why. That's why. That's why it's impractical. However, you can pose him like he's resting after about to, you know, he's resting before he throws down with you. I mean, you know. So, now I have covered all the toys I wanted to cover today. I've just been forgetting about this one. He's been sitting right there. So, yeah, we covered the ice guy I'm working on, the ice spirit. I'm thinking of maybe having one of the other elemental spirits be female, just to mix it up. Can't have a bunch of He-Men. You know, I mean, I guess you could, but I know my face isn't visible. I don't want to turn the camera yet again. So I'm gonna clean up, put my toys away, play some video games, go to bed. That's what I'm going to do, guys. But I do appreciate your viewership. And I am slowly working on these other things that I'm talking about. The depression channel that uses Buddhist tools, Zen Buddhism tools to help people, guide people through and to their ketamine therapy for their depression. All these things are intertwined. They work together, as I have discovered. So I will be talking about that as soon as I figure out a way to talk about it without having to be a lettered authority on it. I've lived it. That's the only authority I have. I've lived it. So that's coming. Also, a Gen X podcast I'm talking about doing with a good friend of mine. And we have great conversations, so we might as well record them. You know, and they're always about pop culture. We're both Gen Xers, and Gen X stuff is cool right now. So maybe that will appeal to some people, more people than this would. I know the depression channel is going to, because a lot more people have depression than are interested in these toys. So anyway, Krang out. Shredder! Don't buy this toy. It sucks. Yeah, so I'm just kidding. It's not a sucky toy. You have the power. You've always had it. It's inside you. It just needs to be brought out. Have a good day, my friends.